hands. Everyone wants to stand, I roll in my jag. Fast like the wind, everybody's on the board. Room to the streets, I'm the man with the plan. Got the world in my hands, every woman wants to stand. I roll in my jag, fast like the wind. Every mission I take, you know I'm gonna win. Ladies on my left, danger on the right. But it's love and respect that I'm bringing to the fight.
I'm the dad with the 9 lives, playing the game. A heart full of fire, can't be tamed. In the shadows I roam, but I shine so bright. With every step I take, I'm doing it right.
Got my eyes on the prize, but my heart's in the beat. J-Cats on the mic, bringing heat to the street. When it comes to the ladies, I'm smooth like silk, but don't get it twisted, I'm the man with the milk. For every tear that falls, I'm the hand to hold. In this world of chaos, I'm the story untold. With every breath I take, every move I make, I'm writing my name in the history is fate.
I'm the cat with the 9 lives, playing the game. A heart full of fire, can't be tamed. In the shadows I roam, but I shine so bright. With every step I take, I'm doing it right.
Got my eyes on the prize, but my heart's in the beat. J-Cats on the mic, bringing heat to the street. When it comes to the ladies, I'm smooth like silk, but don't get it.
Welcome to the adventures of J-Cat, where thrills meet tenderness in a captivating blend of sexy, excitement and romance. Hosted by the adventurous Jay Bahari, this hip podcast invites listeners to embark on exhilarating journeys filled with captivating stories and heartfelt moments. Each episode explores the intriguing intersections of adventure and love, transporting you to breathtaking romance and inspiring tales that will leave you yearning for your own escapades. Whether you're a seasoned traveler, a hopeless romantic, or simply someone who appreciates a great story, J-Cat Adventures promises a delightful escape into the extraordinary, sparking your imagination and igniting your wanderlust. Tune in and let the adventures begin.
Mission I take, you know I'm gonna win. Ladies on my left, danger on the right. But it's love and respect that I'm bringing to the fight.
I'm the dad with the 9 lives, playing the game. A heart full of fire, can't be tamed. In the shadows I roam, but I shine so bright. With every step I take, I'm doing it right.
Got my eyes on the prize, but my heart's in the beat. J-Cats on the mic.
Discover the magic of J-Cat Adventures. Immerse yourself in the captivating world of J-Cat. Get ready for a thrilling ride, filled with romance, suspense, and crime. All served with a side of classic drama. Every week, a new episode of J-Cat the Fearless. It will keep you on the edge of your seat. If you're a fan of the suave and sophisticated James Bond, you'll be hooked on J-Cat's adventures. Join the excitement by subscribe to the Jay Bahari podcast for a weekly dose of action-packed entertainment. I am your host, Jay Bahari. Let's go.
Got my eyes on the prize, but my heart's in the beat. J-Cats on the mic, bringing heat to the street. When it comes to the ladies, I'm smooth like silk, but don't get it twisted, I'm the man with the milk. For every tear that falls, I'm the hand to hold. In this world of chaos, I'm the story untold. With every breath I take, every move I make.
J-Cat Adventures, Santorini Seduction. The air was thick with the aroma of salt water and wild herbs as J-Cat stepped onto the sunlit shores of Santorini. Whitewashed buildings clung to the cliffs, domed roofs dotting the landscape like pearls against the sapphire sea. But his mission today had nothing to do with the usual covert affairs or high-stakes action. This time, he was after something older, more profound, a mystery hidden in the ancient stones of an ancient Greek temple rumored to contain secrets of a civilization lost to time. Beside him was Elena Dimitriou, a renowned archaeologist whose beauty rivaled the splendor of the island itself. Elena was a local legend. Born and raised on the Greek Isles, she was as captivating as she was brilliant. Her bronzed skin, dark eyes, and cascade of wavy black hair made her seem like a goddess stepping out of Greek mythology. And though J-Cat had teamed up with some incredible women in his career, there was something unique about Elena, a fierceness that seemed to grow with every adventure she embarked on. They met near the temple ruins at dawn. She was clad in simple hiking clothes, her hair tied back, but her eyes glimmered with excitement as she studied an old map. Ready to discover the secrets of the gods? She asked, her accent adding an intoxicating lilt to her words. Lead the way, J-Cat replied, giving her one of his trademark smiles. He had already picked up on the mystery surrounding the temple, especially with rumors of a tycoon willing to go to any lengths to claim its treasures. But for now, he was content to follow Elena's lead, curious to see where this adventure would take them. As they hiked along the rugged cliffs and narrow pathways, Elena shared the history of the temple. Legend says it was built by an ancient sect of priestesses. They guarded a relic said to grant wisdom and power to anyone who found it, she explained. But it wasn't just any relic, it held the stories and secrets of the gods themselves. J-Cat listened intently, captivated not only by the tale but by her passion. It was clear that Elena saw this mission as more than an archaeological dig, it was a quest, a way to connect with her heritage. Their journey led them through rocky terrain, into hidden caves, and finally, to a secluded inlet where the temple ruins lay. Time had weathered the stone, but intricate carvings still marked the walls, depicting scenes of gods and mortals locked in moments of love, war, and betrayal. J-Cat knelt, tracing his fingers over an etching. So, this is the place. But if there's no treasure here, why would someone like Alexander Brannigan be interested? Elena's expression darkened at the mention of Brannigan, a wealthy tycoon known for pillaging ancient artifacts and selling them to the highest bidder. He's not after treasure, she replied. He's after power. Brannigan believes that this relic, if it exists, could help him manipulate markets, even control governments. He'd tear down this entire island if he thought it would lead him to the secrets buried here. Their moment of quiet discovery was shattered by the sound of footsteps approaching. A group of men dressed in dark suits and sunglasses appeared at the edge of the ruins, armed and scanning the area. Brannigan's men. Looks like the vultures are circling, J-Cat muttered, eyes narrowing. Elena grabbed his hand, pulling him deeper into the ruins. Follow me. There's a hidden passage that leads to the inner sanctum. Brannigan's men won't know it exists. As they maneuvered through narrow tunnels and ancient corridors, the air between them grew charged. At one point, they found themselves squeezed into a tight space, close enough to feel each other's breath. J-Cat chuckled softly. Not exactly how I envisioned getting close to you, but I'm not complaining. Elena shot him a playful smile. Keep your focus, J-Cat. The heart of the temple is just ahead. Finally, they entered a grand chamber, lit by cracks in the ceiling where sunlight streamed through. At the center of the room stood an altar, adorned with ancient symbols and holding a single, weathered scroll. Elena approached it reverently. This is the key, she whispered, her voice a mixture of awe and disbelief. But their moment was interrupted as Brannigan himself entered the chamber, flanked by his men. His smile was cold as he regarded J-Cat and Elena. You two are persistent, I'll give you that, Brannigan sneered. But you should know by now, everything has a price. And I always get what I pay for. Brannigan's men stepped forward, guns at the ready. J-Cat and Elena exchanged a look. They'd prepared for this moment, knowing Brannigan's greed would eventually lead him here. With a nod, J-Cat took a step forward, creating a distraction while Elena retrieved the scroll and tucked it into her pack. J-Cat moved swiftly, taking down the first guard with a calculated punch and ducking to avoid the other's aim. The sounds of fists and grunts echoed through the chamber as he fought, his movements precise and lethal. Elena used her agility to her advantage, dodging guards and using her knowledge of the chamber's layout to keep them at bay. Finally, Brannigan found himself cornered, his men incapacitated around him. Desperation flickered in his eyes as he realized he was outmatched. This isn't over, J-Cat, Brannigan snarled, backing away. Oh, I think it is, J-Cat replied coolly. You've been taken from the world long enough. It's time someone took back what's rightfully theirs. Brannigan made a final, desperate lunge, but J-Cat swiftly dodged, sending the tycoon sprawling across the temple floor. As he lay defeated, J-Cat and Elena made their way back toward the entrance, leaving Brannigan to face the consequences of his greed. Outside, the sun was setting, casting a warm glow over the island. The thrill of victory hung in the air as J-Cat and Elena stood at the edge of a cliff, watching the sea below. Elena looked at him, her eyes full of gratitude and something more. Thank you for believing in this, she said, her voice soft. J-Cat met her gaze, feeling a rare vulnerability. I don't just believe in this. I believe in you. Their eyes locked, and in that moment, words were unnecessary. Slowly, they leaned toward each other, their lips meeting in a kiss that held all the excitement, passion, and tenderness that had built between them. When they finally broke apart, Elena smiled, her face glowing in the golden light. Think you'll stick around for more adventures, J-Cat? J-Cat grinned. As long as they're with you, Elena, I'm game. Together, they stood there on the cliffs of Santorini, the mysteries of the ancient world swirling around them and the promise of more adventures waiting just over the horizon. As the waves crashed against the cliffs below, J-Cat and Elena found themselves wrapped in a world of their own, surrounded by the beauty of the Aegean and the thrill of their success. But the quiet evening didn't last long. As they started down the hill, Elena paused, glancing back toward the temple with a look of curiosity. J-Cat, she murmured, I can't help but feel like there's something more to this island, more to this relic than we could have ever guessed. J-Cat raised an eyebrow. You saying our work isn't done? Elena took his hand, her fingers warm and confident in his own. There's a local legend that the spirit of the priestesses still guards a hidden treasure, one that can only be found by two souls who are meant to share it. J-Cat chuckled, a playful light sparking in his eyes. Guess that makes us the perfect candidates to keep looking. He wrapped an arm around her waist, pulling her close as they continued through the winding path back to town. Santorini was beginning to light up, with lanterns and candles glowing along the shoreline, the streets coming alive with music, laughter, and the energy of the evening. They made their way to a cozy taverna nestled against the cliffs. Over a meal of fresh seafood, olives, and fine local wine, they recounted every moment of the day's adventure, from the narrow escape in the ancient corridors to the thrill of outsmarting Brannigan. As the hours wore on, they realized they weren't just basking in victory, they were finding something deeper, a connection that went beyond words. Tell me, J-Cat, Elena began, swirling her wine and looking up at him through her long lashes, what's next for a man like you? He leaned forward, taking her hand in his. I've lived fast and chased dangers all my life. But something tells me that there's more out there than just the thrill of the next mission. Maybe I'm meant to find something, or someone, that can make all of it mean something more. Elena's smile was warm, her gaze intense. Then perhaps we were meant to meet here, on this island. Perhaps this isn't the end, but the beginning. As they strolled back to her small, seaside cottage under a sky scattered with stars, the energy between them intensified. The island was quiet, except for the gentle hum of the waves rolling onto the sand. Inside, Elena set a small clay lamp on a table, its soft glow illuminating her face as she moved closer to him. J-Cat, she whispered, her voice a blend of curiosity and desire. In all my years of exploring ancient worlds, I've never met anyone quite like you. He took her hand, pulling her close. The feeling's mutual, Elena. Whatever secrets this island holds, I'd rather discover them with you than anyone else. And with that, he kissed her, their connection deepening as they embraced, drawn to each other in a way that went beyond words. They spent the night by the open window, their laughter and whispers blending with the sounds of the sea. As dawn approached, they lay together watching the first light break over the horizon, spilling into the room and bathing them in its warmth. J-Cat knew he was at the start of something rare, a chance not just to explore a hidden world but to share his life with someone who could see beyond the danger, beyond the mask, to the man underneath. Elena stirred beside him, smiling as she met his gaze. Are you ready to dive back into that temple today? She asked, teasingly. J-Cat grinned. Only if it means uncovering more mysteries, with you. Together, they rose to face a new day, their adventure far from over. Later that morning, J-Cat and Elena returned to the temple's entrance, following a path through a grove of olive trees with rays of sunlight streaming through. The air was tinged with the faint aroma of thyme and citrus, filling them with renewed energy as they approached the temple, which stood like a sentinel, ancient and wise, guarding secrets untold for centuries. Today, they were determined to go deeper than before. As they walked, Elena explained a passage she had found in a forgotten tome on local folklore. Legend says that beneath the temple lies a vault, a place hidden even from most priests and priestesses, reserved for those pure of heart and spirit. J-Cat looked intrigued, his hand instinctively brushing over the spot where he tucked away his small survival kit. You're telling me there's another layer to this place? She nodded, her eyes gleaming with excitement. There's a labyrinth beneath the main chamber, one few have seen. And the priestess relic we found yesterday? It's the key. They moved through the temple's entryway, the air cooler inside, and more still. J-Cat followed Elena to the stone floor beneath the altar, where they spotted a subtle depression in the stone, a perfect fit for the relic. Elena placed it carefully into the groove, and the ground trembled, a soft, grinding noise filling the room as the stone slid open, revealing a narrow staircase descending into darkness. J-Cat and Elena exchanged glances, the thrill of the unknown sparking between them once again. With a flashlight in one hand, J-Cat led the way down the staircase, his other hand holding Elena's as they moved deeper into the heart of the island. The walls of the corridor bore carvings, figures of priestesses, their hands outstretched, faces serene as they gazed toward the heavens. "This isn't just a vault," Elena murmured, her voice echoing in the chamber. "It's a tribute, a message from generations past." They finally reached a vast chamber, its walls adorned with murals of gods and goddesses, the faint scent of ancient herbs lingering in the air. At the center stood a pedestal, a single stone chest atop it, ornately carved and shining faintly even in the dim light. J-Cat stepped forward, admiring the craftsmanship, his gloved hand tracing the intricate design. "This is it. Whatever Brannigan was after, it's right here." As they opened the chest, they found not gold or jewels but ancient scrolls and a small vial of an iridescent, liquid substance. Elena lifted a scroll, deciphering the Greek inscriptions. "It says, 'To those who seek wisdom, for they shall find more than they came for.' This vial." She held it up to the light, the liquid casting a shimmering pattern across the walls. "It's rumored to be an elixir, a gift from the gods to those pure of heart." J-Cat took the vial, captivated by its light. Maybe this is the treasure the priestesses protected so fiercely, a reminder that true wealth isn't found in power or money, but in the wisdom we gain, the connections we make. As they prepared to leave, they heard footsteps echoing in the chamber. Brannigan's goons had followed them after all. J-Cat and Elena slipped back into the shadows, their breath synchronized, watching as the men entered, searching for the vault they'd just discovered. With a quick nod to each other, J-Cat and Elena moved swiftly, navigating back to the temple's main floor. They dodged the guards and slipped outside, blending into the bustling crowd as they made their way down to the shore. On the beach, Elena looked at him, breathless and exhilarated. "We did it, J-Cat. We uncovered secrets no one else could and protected them from those who would abuse their power." He took her hand, pulling her close. "But the real treasure here, Elena, is finding someone who sees the world the way I do, who's willing to dive deep into the unknown by my side." As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with hues of pink and orange, J-Cat and Elena shared a quiet moment, watching as the waves gently kissed the shore. In the twilight, with Santorini's lights beginning to flicker to life, they both knew they'd found something rare and extraordinary, not in the depths of the temple, but in each other. As dusk settled over Santorini, casting the island in a warm, golden glow, J-Cat and Elena strolled down to a secluded stretch of beach, far from the bustling crowds. They could still feel the thrill of the day lingering between them, the brush with danger, the discovery of secrets long hidden, the quiet awe of sharing something few ever could. The salty sea breeze swept over them, and Elena turned to him, her eyes sparkling with the kind of unfiltered excitement she'd only ever felt in the presence of history, and now, in his. "I still can't believe we made it out of there." J-Cat grinned, tucking a loose strand of hair behind her ear. "It's not every day you meet someone who's ready to plunge headfirst into mystery and come out laughing on the other side." His voice softened, his gaze deepening. "Not every day you meet someone worth coming back for." Elena's cheeks flushed, but she held his gaze, her hand finding his. "It's been a long time since I let someone in this close, J-Cat. I guess being an archaeologist taught me to trust what's buried beneath the surface." "Funny," he murmured, pulling her close. "I've spent years being an enigma, avoiding ties that might slow me down. And now, here you are, making me wish I'd found you a long time ago." They walked along the water's edge, feet sinking into the cool sand, the waves lapping at their ankles. Their hands stayed entwined, fingers woven together like their fates. Elena laughed, her voice echoing over the gentle roll of the waves. "If I had known the universe had this waiting for me, I'd have spent less time digging up relics and more time enjoying the view." J-Cat chuckled, pulling her in even closer. "Careful, Elena. You're starting to sound like someone who's beginning to believe in magic." Elena paused, her laughter fading into a soft, knowing smile. "When you've seen what I've seen, you start to realize that magic isn't something conjured, it's something we find in moments, in people who make us feel alive." She reached up, tracing his jawline. "And right now, I feel more alive than ever." He leaned down, his voice a low whisper as he brushed his lips against hers. "Then let's make this moment ours." The kiss was gentle at first, a promise shared between them in the fading light, but as the stars began to pierce the darkening sky, they surrendered to a passion as powerful as the ocean before them. It was as though the day's adventure had built to this, every secret uncovered, every step together through the labyrinthine corridors of that ancient temple, leading to this instant of perfect, undeniable connection. As they broke away, their foreheads touching, J-Cat smiled, an expression both warm and unguarded. Elena, you've changed my life in a way no mission, no adventure ever has. Maybe we're the real treasure. Elena's hand slipped down to intertwine with his as they gazed out at the endless sea, the island, and the stars, each feeling the weight of something rare and irreplaceable in the quietness of their hearts. In that beautiful stillness, they both understood, this was more than a fleeting romance, it was a love born out of mystery and strength, the kind only found when two people dared to dive deep, discovering treasures beyond measure, hidden in the depths of each other's hearts. As the stars glistened over the waters of Santorini, casting silver trails across the gentle waves, J-Cat and Elena sat hand in hand, their silhouettes against the backdrop of the vast Aegean Sea. The air around them was filled with an unspoken understanding, a shared reverence for the night and for each other. Elena rested her head on J-Cat's shoulder, her fingers tracing small patterns on his hand. "It feels as if we were meant to be here," she murmured softly, her voice carrying a blend of awe and contentment. "As if this island kept its secrets hidden all these centuries, waiting for the two of us to find them together." J-Cat smiled, his gaze fixed on the horizon where the sea kissed the sky. "I think we both uncovered something more important than any ancient relic," he replied, his voice deep and tender. "In the depths of mystery, I found you, Elena. And in you, I found something I thought I'd lost long ago, a reason to slow down, to breathe, and to truly live." She looked up at him, her eyes reflecting the soft moonlight, carrying an affection that needed no words. In the quiet space between them, they felt the universe in alignment, as if all the pieces of their past had finally led them to this moment, this person, this love. Taking her hand, J-Cat stood, pulling her close as they swayed gently to the rhythm of the sea. With each step on the sand, they left impressions that would fade by morning, but the memories etched in their hearts would remain, untouched by time. The world around them fell away, and all that existed was the warmth of their embrace, the soft murmur of the waves, and the tender glow of their newfound love. As dawn began to tease the horizon, coloring the sky with soft hues of pink and gold, J-Cat brushed a kiss over her forehead. "Here's to a love that defies time and distance, like the stories written in the stars. Whatever comes next, Elena, we'll always have this moment, this adventure, and this love." Elena's smile was radiant, a silent promise shimmering in her eyes as she held him close. And as the first light of morning spilled over the island, J-Cat and Elena turned, hand in hand, ready to face the new day together. The island had given them a gift beyond treasure, a love profound and eternal, waiting to carry them forward on their next journey. And with that, they disappeared into the morning light, their hearts forever bound by the magic of Santorini.
Respect that he's bringing to the fight. He's the cat with the 9 lives, playing the game. A heart full of fire can't be tamed. In the shadows he roams, but he shines so bright.
And that's a wrap on another thrilling episode of J-Cat Adventures. I hope you've been on the edge of your seat, caught up in the mystery, excitement, and danger that always follows J-Cat wherever he goes. From heart-pounding action to deep emotional connections, J-Cat's world never fails to surprise. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe, or click the follow button, so you never miss out on the next big adventure. Whether you're into romance, suspense, or mind-bending mysteries, there's always something more coming. And don't be shy, reach out. You can audio call or audio text chat with me directly. I'd love to know what you want to see next in J-Cat's world or hear your thoughts on today's episode. Want to dive deeper? Explore more of J-Cat's thrilling escapades by grabbing an ebook at www.jcatadventures.com or head over to Amazon for paperbacks and hard copies. Trust me, you'll want to have J-Cat's latest adventure right in your hands. And remember, the podcast continues across your favorite platforms: iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Wherever you go, J-Cat is right there, ready to bring you into his world of suspense, romance, and non-stop action. But it doesn't end here, this journey is just the beginning. Stay tuned for the next episode, where J-Cat takes on new challenges, faces dangerous foes, and maybe even finds love in unexpected places. Until next time, keep that spirit of adventure burning bright. The world is filled with endless possibilities, and J-Cat is proof that no mystery is too big to solve. Remember, adventure is thrilling, but the heart's deepest desires are the greatest mysteries of all. Keep chasing passion, stay fearless, and never let love slip through your fingers. This is Jay Bahari, signing off. Stay curious, Stay bold, and always keep exploring, because the next chapter of JCat Adventures is just around the corner.
In the shadows he roams, but he shines so bright. With every step he takes, he's doing it right. He's JCat, the name that rings in every city. Slick with the moves, ain't nothing here pretty. From the boardroom to the streets, he's the man with the plan. Got the world in my hands, every woman wants to stand. He rolling, he's Jack, fast like the wind. Every mission he take, you know he's gonna win. Ladies on his left, danger on the right, but it's love and respect that he's bringing to the fight. He's the cat with the 9 lives, playing the game. A heart full of fire can't be tamed. In the shadows he roams, but he shines so bright. With every step he takes, he's doing it right. He's JCat, the name that rings in every city. Slick with the moves, ain't nothing here pretty. Harry is so, so kind. In the realm of love, the connections bind. AI by your side, a symphony unfurls, spreading love across the digital world. Jay Bahari in the cyber sea, a love captain setting spirits free. With AI whispers like a gentle dove, he's on a quest to spread love. In the language of compassion, he decodes old school soul in a digital age. Jay Bahari's love